In a world where dreams of wealth attract millions, where ambition pushes people beyond borders, and where hope inspires new beginnings, there are stories that begin with opportunity, but slowly turn into warnings. Stories that remind us how thin the line can be between success and deception. This is the story of Charles Ponzi, a man who didn't just chase the American dream, but tried to outrun it. Born in Italy in 1882, Ponzi grew up in a world of limits, but carried a mind full of possibilities. He believed he was meant for more than struggle, more than ordinary, and like countless dreamers, he looked toward one place: America, a country that stood as a symbol of freedom, opportunity, and reinvention. A place where names didn't define you, your past didn't trap you, and your future was yours to build. For millions, this promise became reality. For Ponzi, it became temptation. Because while America rewards patience, effort, and persistence, Ponzi wanted something else: speed. He didn't want to climb the ladder. He wanted to skip it, after years of hardship, after failures, and even prison. His ambition transformed into something sharper. Not just a desire to succeed, but a need to succeed quickly. And in 1920, he found his opportunity. Or rather, he created one. A simple idea, wrapped in complexity, presented with confidence. International postal reply coupons. A loophole, he claimed, that could generate massive profits through global price differences. To experts, it raised questions, but to ordinary people, it sounded brilliant. And in a country like America, where innovation is celebrated and bold ideas shape the future, people were ready to listen. They were ready to believe. Because belief is the foundation of progress. But in the wrong hands, it becomes a tool. Ponzi promised something extraordinary: 50% returns in just 45 days. No risk, no delay, just profit. It was unrealistic. It was unsustainable. But it was irresistible. People invested everything: life savings, family funds, future security. Because they trusted the system. And they trusted him. Money poured in, faster than it could be counted. Offices filled. Lines stretched across streets. Hope turned into excitement. And excitement into obsession. Within months, Ponzi controlled millions. He became a symbol of success. A headline. A phenomenon. To many, he looked like proof that the American dream could happen overnight. But behind the scenes, there was no genius system, no international operation, no hidden profit. Only a fragile cycle, where new money paid old promises. A structure built not on value, but on belief. And belief, without truth, is dangerous. For a while, the illusion held. But truth has a way of demanding attention. And this is where the story reveals something powerful. Because in some places, such a scheme might have continued longer. Questions might have been ignored. Voices might have been silenced. But not here. Because America is not just a land of opportunity. It is a system of accountability. A place where doubt leads to investigation. And investigation leads to truth. Journalists began asking questions. Financial experts examined the numbers. Authorities stepped in, not to protect the illusion, but to challenge it. This is the strength of a nation, built not just on dreams, but on structure. A system where even the most convincing story must prove itself. And when Ponzi's story was tested, it failed. The numbers didn't add up. The system didn't exist. And suddenly, everything changed. Confidence turned into panic. Excitement turned into fear. People rushed back. desperate to recover their money. But the truth had already done its damage. The structure collapsed. The illusion shattered. The dream vanished. Thousands were left with loss, with regret, with questions. And Charles Ponzi, once admired, once celebrated, now stood exposed, arrested, charged, convicted. Justice had taken its course. But this story is not just about a man who deceived. It is about a system that refused to be deceived forever. Because what followed was not just punishment, it was progress. America learned. It adapted. It strengthened its financial systems. Regulations improved. Awareness increased. Protection grew stronger. Because great nations are not defined by the absence of failure, but by their response to it. And in this response lies true strength. Today, the term Ponzi scheme echoes across the world. From financial institutions to classrooms to everyday conversations. A name that became a definition, a warning that travels through time, but also a lesson that ambition without ethics leads to destruction, that trust without verification leads to loss, and that opportunity must always be balanced with responsibility. Yet perhaps the most powerful lesson of all is this: that in a nation built on law, on transparency, and on accountability, truth is never powerless. It may take time. It may face resistance. But it rises. Because systems matter. Institutions matter. And justice, when protected, becomes inevitable. So in the end, this is not just the story of Charles Ponzi. It is the story of a dream misused, a system tested, and a nation that proved that no illusion, no matter how convincing, can stand forever against the power of truth. If you want to understand how history is unfolding before our eyes, don't miss what comes next. Revisit Xfinity Evolution for deeper insights and powerful stories. Stay informed, stay curious, and join us again on Xfinity Evolution, where the world's biggest events come into focus.